Hey guys, welcome back to Diary of a Midwest Emo Fan, episode 2, entry 2. Big news in the Midwest Emo community. Bren from Modern Baseball posted something on Instagram, and it got people thinking about all kinds of stuff. And it got me thinking too, like, if Modern Baseball were to, like, ever come back, like, do it, whether it's, like, a tour, an album, or whatever, if they were to, like, tour, I know they're not coming to my city. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like we should just leave them alone. It's funny as a meme. You know what I mean? Like, Modern Baseball Reunion tour, haha, right? Like, the memes that I've seen come out of it are, like, really funny. But, like, I don't know. I feel like we should stop, like, trying to, like, theorize that it's happening, right? And just let them be. What I find so funny about Modern Baseball, to me at least, is like a lot of my favorite songs from them are like Jake singing, but I don't really care for Slaughter Beach Dog that much. I have a few Slaughter Beach Dog songs that I like, but I just like it's not the same vibe as Modern Baseball at all, in my personal opinion. And I just cannot get behind the rest of their discography aside from like the two or three songs that I really do like. It's such a weird like thing to think about. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of you guys had a lot of things to say about my Modern Baseball takes, but I feel like Modern Baseball is that band that like everybody just has something different to say. But I think it's all because like we experienced Modern Baseball all differently. You know what I mean? It's like the first time you discover Modern Baseball is a unique experience, and I refuse to elaborate. Um, um, yeah, I don't know. I've had a really interesting week, and a lot of it I have spent listening to Modern Baseball. But I've also just been jamming this one specific playlist that I have that really invokes a lot of feelings and really helps reassure me that like I know who I am deep down. And this is kind of going on like a completely different tangent than like the talk you're talking about Modern Baseball. I'm just kind of like updating you guys because we haven't talked in a week. Sorry. But yeah, I had a really good week. Realized some things. Was jamming kind of the same playlist over and over again, and I had a really hard time with this person that I was talking about in the last episode. But I think I've pretty much come to a resolution for that on my part. And I'm really happy that I did what I did. And I'm really proud of myself for doing what I did. And I really hope that I can stick to what I said directly to this person and just like kind of live my life and be who I need to be for once, you know? Not saying that I lived my life for anyone else, because that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that like I need to put a bigger focus on what I want and what I need from other people and things like that. And like reevaluating friendships when it needs it when it calls for that, and and you know, just again, just kind of being there for the people that show that they're there for me. So that's been a big week for me. But yeah, you know, I'm just having fun talking to people, hanging out, doing new experiences with new people. Yeah, kind of all of that. Still going to shows. You know, we got one coming up. I'm going to bring my camera because of course I am, because I love taking photos and that's just something I do. That sounds really sarcastic probably, but I'm not being sarcastic at all. Like, doing concert photography is the best thing in the world, and I love getting to show up and I love getting to show off, you know, such a beautiful thing that we call music in this world. And God, music is so amazing. But like, especially Midwest emo. And this is why I have this podcast. Because it's like all I want to do is talk about Midwest emo. Like, for a long time I've had this thought that like they're not like the a lot of the song names that the bands come up with like aren't just like jokingly haha songs. I think the one band I would say maybe has the outlier for that would be Hot Mulligan. But even then, like even their silly, stupid song titles make sense for like the context of the song. Like there's one song in specifically that stands out to me where it's like equip sunglasses. I don't know, something about that song makes you just like makes sense for the title that it's given. I really hope that makes sense to anyone else out there. But another thought too is like mom jeans, right? Um and specifically the song Scott Pilgrim versus My GPA really made me think about um like I don't know, it kind of again it just kind of makes sense for the song once you listen to it. It like I get this feeling that it's like trying to relate to like, you know, Scott Pilgrim in like the movie and like how he never really got good grades and like it doesn't seem like his parents are really around or whatever because like they're not mentioned in the movie and I don't think they're really mentioned in the comics either. I think it's mentioned that he runs away, which they allude to in the song as well, and it's like yeah, it just kind of gives me this vibes that like it's coming from this like weird perspective of Scott Pilgrim and like you know he's like happy where he is until he meets like Ramona, right? And then he has to learn to kind of get out of his comfort zone, which is I think what the lyrics provoke to me is giving that like they're happy here but they yearn to get out of their comfort zone, and that's kind of my take on that. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, dude, it's just a song title of it's just a silly song title. I'm like, it is, but it also like isn't to me. I don't know. I just think about things weird and I'm a big media person. Like I've been obsessed with films and filmmaking since I was a kid and I never really had the means to make anything. But I really want to change that too. I think I have some friends who might actually be down to like help with this kind of stuff. So I'm I would be really interested in trying to put together a short film. Is pretty much what I'm saying. Um, but also like yeah, I've been a big film person for a long time too. And so like I've consumed so many different types of media, like all kinds of different types of media, TV shows, movies, music, like every genre basically. And just like really like big titles too. Like, I've tried to watch everything. Um and so like Scott Pilgrim is obviously a very like famous movie. And so like I don't know, I just at one point consumed a lot of Scott Pilgrim media, and including like the Netflix TV show especially maybe coming out made me think about it a lot more too. When I was watching that show, I was actually thinking about like that song, weirdly enough. And yeah, I don't know, it just to me it's more than just a silly song title. But that might be a stretch. But that's okay. Like I don't again, this podcast is just for me to like yap about these things because I know anyone who tunes in is going to like actually be interested in hearing these kinds of thoughts, whereas like, my friends who care about me dearly don't want to just listen to me yap about Midwest emo for 3 hours while we're at the bar together, like not a lot of my friends want that. So this is what this is for. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just having fun. Although I've had a really good week and although I've gotten over a lot of anxieties I've had about specific people and specific situations and things like that, it's still really hard, like to have feelings. That's That sounds weird, but it's still really hard to like let go of feelings and like have new feelings and have like different feelings that are still new but different and weird, and then have old feelings that are like weird and different, and none of this makes sense. I know, and I'm sorry, but I just don't know how to like describe what I'm going through without being oddly specific about my situations, and that's not really what I want to put out on the internet. But I do just want to say that like I don't know, setting boundaries with people is like way more difficult than I ever anticipated it to be. Setting boundaries is way more difficult than I anticipated it to be, because like you just have to like feel like somebody would respond in like a like, oh my bad, didn't realize, whatever, or like, oh yeah, like sorry, or like, well yeah, but we never had these like boundaries before, and like, you know, that you'd think there'd be some kind of conversation about it, but it's like when there really isn't, it's like, what do you do, you know? I'm just kind of like chilling. I'm just trying to vibe with everything in my life right now and just like relax, have fun, hang out with friends, and just like do what I'm doing, you know? Trying to start a band, maybe think about putting together a short film and pitch it to some friends, and see what else is out there for me, cuz I know there's a lot out there for me. I know I have talent. I just haven't really been confident enough to pull it off until now. So, or at least attempt to pull it off. You know what I mean? So I got lots of work to do, lots of things I got to work on, lots of work I have to catch up on before I kind of start a lot of this other stuff that I want to do. But I'm things are looking up, and I just have to keep being positive about things and remind myself that I'm awesome, I'm cool, I'm chill, and like there's no reason to just like spend energy on something that is a hypothetical, or spend energy on someone who's not giving you what you need from them. And you know, there's no point in giving energy to people on the internet arguing in the comment section. Like, that one's kind of a half joke. But there's no point in like taking everything so seriously. And you know, there's a time and a place to be serious, of course, but yeah, you just gotta go with the flow sometimes. That's kind of what like I said, what I've been doing this week. Just going with the flow, seeing what's out there, doing what I'm doing, and just being the person that I want to be, and being the best version of myself that I can be, and taking accountability when I need to, and just trying to continuously work on the things that I need to work on to be the best version of myself that I can be, and just keep doing that. So I'm just happy. as Mom Jeans would say, I'm happy here because I'm happy here. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Any new music you've been listening to? Kinda, yeah. I've been jamming some locale bands again lately. Uh, Gotta shout out Guilty Sleep and Leon's Getting Larger, of course. And then I've been also been listening to like just more grungy stuff, but also like my classic, you know, Mom Jeans, Tom Mulligan, Modern Baseball. Some Basement has been in there actually lately. Yeah, some Basement. Yeah, I don't know. Same old, kind of sprinkling in some new stuff every once in a while. I don't really know if I have anything else to say for this episode. Not really much in the like. I don't really know if I have more to say about Mobo. I don't really know if I have anything to say about any other bands at the time being. But yeah, just I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. Like I said, it's cool to see that Bren's like hanging out with friends still and chilling with life and all that. So I hope that they continue doing that. And I love modern baseball as much as the new one. I really don't think they need to come back in any shape or form. I think that it just needs to live as it is. I always like to call modern baseball the soul of the earth. And it just, that really feels like the right thing to call them, because that's what it feels like it is to me. Like, I'm just, I think about modern baseball and the soul of the earth, dude. They are just the microplastics in my body, like, I'm kind of kidding, but not really. They're just everywhere, in everything, in all the things. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm obsessed with modern baseball, and I'm over here saying, like, they just need to do whatever's best for them. And if that means not touring and not writing new music, then I'm more than happy with that, and I think that's how we should all view this whole Instagram post coming out. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for my ramblings today. I hope you guys enjoy. I think it's shorter than last time, but that's okay. I don't really have much more to say. Maybe I'll have more to say next week. I thought I would have more to say, but I don't really. I mean, my feelings, for certain people went up and down a lot this week, and I think we're at a really good point where, like I said before, like, I can just be chill and just kind of relax and live my life and do what I need to do to move forward as a better person, and do I reflect on what I need to reflect on, and focus on those kinds of things right now. And that's kind of how I'm targeting life right now. And it's so far it's been working. I will say that. So far it's been working. And hopefully, like I said, next week I'll let you guys in on an update and let you know if it has been working, if I've been able to keep up this kind of attitude and things like that. And yeah, I guess I'll just see you next week. All right. Peace out.